the towers, which is nice, but I'm just worried that the Shadow Fiend is going to have a way too good time. Like, Dragon Knight is one of the worst heroes in lane against Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend is notorious for being this kind of hero.
We actually saw this yesterday.
Fragile.
Shadow Fiend destroying a DK.
He destroyed Dragon Knight. And it's just one of those heroes where when you're playing in Shadow Fiend, you generally don't like seeing him have a good time in lane. The hero's biggest weakness is his early laning stage, where you can pressure him and gank him a lot and just kill him off. And this Radiant lineup don't really have the best tools against him, and then they pick a lane matchup that is Shadow Fiend favored as their last pick. This is something you should remember. This is the 10th pick of the draft, was the Dragon Knight. They had other options. I felt like paiN had to pick Lina, even though you kind of don't want to pick it into Pugna, but you have to think more about your laning stage and just letting your lineup come together that way. Because let's say Dragon Knight is good. What if he gets destroyed in lane? Is the hero really good here? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes for HFN.
Because we haven't seen that big of a sample size with Dragon Knight since the talent changes, which I think I would want to say, compared to other heroes, I don't want to say drastic, but probably changed more than the average hero.
Yes.
In terms of being able to actually change the way that you play. So the damage, of course the Dragon Blood HP regen being at level 20 is huge.
Yeah, a lot of the time I actually see people get GPM. I don't really like that. And I feel like you'd take the other skill almost always. It's, what is it, you get twice armor and HP regen, so it's, you get 12 armor and 10 HP regen from that.
I mean, if they have like a silver, I mean, obviously Silver Edge will destroy that completely. That's one big caveat with that, but
can't break passive gold with Silver Edge.
Yep. What if that was the case? Boy,
that would make like no difference.
You'd lose like 50 gold though. It's pretty good.
You would lose like 10.
Just think about the economic damage that could be done.
And the mental damage.
Yes.
I am not earning money right. So,
I mean, it's
okay,
kind of how it works against Alchemist, though.
Let's have a look at the laning, though, because this is not what I was expecting at all. Mineski are actually going to put their Shadow Fiend in the safe lane. I don't know if they were expecting some sort of lane swapperoo from paiN Gaming to try to catch them off guard, but they've put the Shadow Fiend safe lane and put their Kunkka mid against Dragon Knight, which is also a good matchup for Kunkka. He's going to be totally fine here. But
it feels like it doesn't matter what they put. It's still a good matchup.
I think Shadow Fiend does not have that good of a time in the safe lane, though. Like, the hero itself just wants that mid lane solo XP as much as possible. As it looks right now, Moon is getting a great start, though. He got 3 CS under tower against the Darkseer, so he's going to be very happy with that. And the Spirit Breaker hasn't even shown presence yet. He's actually just hiding up here and not really doing much for now. Pada will be playing in the mid lane with the Jakiro to help out the Dragon Knight. There's a charge top. They're doing some damage, but Moon should be just fine here. And look who's here. It's the position 4 Centaur.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay. Now I'm not excited about this. Damn you. You know, this hero is actually very... I think we've had this conversation many a time, my friend. What would you rank his stun on the list of stuns? Because I have it dead last in the entire game. As far as effectiveness. He gets it level 1.
Yep.
We'll get
Let's see how ineffective it is. Really bad stun.
I mean, as a position 4, whatever.
Really
Rage
bad
is going to miss, unfortunately.
Stun.
Nice blocking. That's the benefit of being a fat Centaur. You can block a thing or two. Good
what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to go look at the hero list, and then I'm going to find you a worse stun.
Okay, good luck. Good luck, have fun. I've looked at it many times. Mushi right now getting harassed a bit by the Jakiro / Dragon Knight, but...
Alright, Earth Spirit stun level 1.
Oh, that was actually a really good hook stomp. Alright, I am being proven wrong right now. Duster's in quite a bit of pain. No pun intended. He's healing up a bit, though. The Ion Shell dealing a considerable amount of damage, but see who actually comes out first. Jabs will get the first blood. And Tabo will take a Nether Blast for his trouble. So Jabs, I mean, it's effective so far, I have to say. Being this tanky position 4 that doesn't really care if he's taking damage or not.
It means so much that they are down there so long. I mean, it's one thing that this hero dies, but Tabo lost a lot of experience. Top, the Shadow Fiend is level 3 and Top is level 1, which really would not be happening. I think the Darkseer should be having a much better time than this. It's cost them a lot, and now they have to leave the Shadow Fiend alone. So all in all, this laning from Mineski has worked out. I'm still wondering what the logic was. Like, why not just put the Shadow Fiend mid? Do they think he's going to get countered too hard by Jakiro or Spirit Breaker together with Dragon Knight? I think he would have actually been just fine, and they could put Kunkka top. But it might also be something with player preference on the heroes they're playing, something like that.
Yep, could be.
Either way, it worked out well for them. So
big Kunkka fan here in the mid lane. Okay, charge. Oh,
good bash.
Nice bash. Good RNG there for Duster, but not going to be enough damage to actually take an Ice Scythe in the meantime. See the Breathe Fire coming onto Mushi, mitigating a little bit of that damage. Centaur's going to TP in.
Malefice level 1 is also way worse than Centaur's Sun level 1.
Malefice?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about level 1 stuns.
I'm playing a lot of Earth Spirit lately.
I'm talking about stuns in general.
Yeah.
They're leveled up all the way.
Oh, okay, the last max level.
Yeah, max level
spell. That's different. Because the Malif is a lot better, and the Earth Spirit stun's actually good too.
I like how you still, you're just looking at the hero list and not the game.
My goal is to prove you wrong in general.
I know. Well, we actually have plenty of time now to look at the hero list, so please go through every single one for us. What do you think?
What else is a bad stun?
Troll
on
Warlord,
max level, a
passive.
worse stun than Centaur stun. How good is Centaur stun actually on max level?
It's pretty bad, let's be real. Oh, okay, Slaps is telling us that the OG signing session is now for everybody in the crowd. If you'd like to follow that big boy into the wherever area he's going to. He might end up in the bathroom though, so be careful. Actually, not sure where the signing session is.
I would definitely,
probably in the back of the
I would definitely advise against following Slacks in general in all aspects of life.
I don't know, dude. He's got a lot of followers these days. I call him it's a cult following, though. That's the scary part, though. You know, they'll pretty much do anything he wants. All right.
Mana Void.
Are you serious?
Mana Void is a worse stun than Centaur
It's a mini stun. That doesn't count.
It is a stun. You can't just...
Okay, that's part of the skill that's really good. That's literally just the skill.
It also deals damage.
I hate you, Duster. He's taking some damage from outside. Ice who's extremely tanky right now. Hook Stomp, another pause though. As we have 15%. Is that packet loss, perhaps?
Guess his Spirit Breaker isn't bashing enough.
Maybe they're surprised that the Hoof Stomps have actually had 100% accuracy so far this game. I mean, it's not the easiest spell to get off, you know. And Duster again. He's gonna, actually doing a lot of damage to Bristle back there. Actually gonna get the kill, and Duster's gonna walk away with very little HP. Jabs, he's trying to bait it, but Jabs actually gets the kill and taunts. Picks up the double edge now. He's dropping a very low. And
Did you see what Duster was doing? He dropped and picked up his Orb of Venom twice in front of the Centaur as a taunt, and then he got killed.
That sounds normal.
But I think
for paiN.
Okay, so I think if he didn't do it, if he just ran away, the Centaur might not actually have died to that Jakiro. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's a bit of a silver lining there. I'm sure that was good somehow.
Tavo level 2 right now, 4.5 minutes in the game, only 5 CS to speak of. I mean, you talked about how Shadowfiend obviously would have done great in the mid lane, but I mean, he's doing amazingly in the top lane, in the safe lane right now.
Absolutely, it's good form. But you
need to also nice block, Tavo. Oh, the raise connects for Moon. And that's another kill on the way of Mineski.
Got to look at the other side though as well. Chiven is having a good time mid. I think the Dragon Knight is having a much better time than he would have against Shadowfiend. He's actually beating out Mushi decently here. Ahead by 7 DS currently.
But Jabs is coming.
Yeah,
level 2 Centaurs ready to go.
Mushi just X'd himself for some reason.
Sure has something to do with the 15%.
Animation canceling points, so he actually did cast it and HFN figured it out.
Yeah, HFN's going to be a very tough kill now, level 4.
He's decently out-leveled, actually. Why is Mushi so far ahead on XP? I guess Kiro came in,
yes,
took a
Jakiro's
bit
been there for
too
quite
much.
a while. Yeah, Jakiro's level 3, so
yeah,
it does make sense.
Mushi's almost a full level ahead with the same amount of denies, more or less, as Dragon Knight. But it's fine.
Oh, we have a charge onto Mushi. HFN is there as well with the Breathe Fire. We have TP support from the level 2 Centaur who's going to cancel it, actually. X marks the spot into Torrent. And Mushi's like, hey, I don't really need help. It's 1v3. I'm good to go.
Some decent pressure. They get the TP cancel, like you said, so at least some sort of response being forced.
Oh, Tavo. They see him. Shrine has been used. Hoof Stomp is there. Double Edge Nether Blast as well. Charge comes in, though. Might be able to be enough to save Tavo's life. Another right click comes in. Looks like they might get through. Jabs taunting his way up the cliff. He will fall to the Jakiro. So perhaps a little overextension, a little overconfidence.
I don't think they had a way out of that. He just kept running because
they had to commit.
Yeah, if he turns around, he's also going to die. I think he was already, when the moment he's slowed by Jakiro there and Spirit Breaker's behind him, he will die. Spirit Breaker's boots and Orb of Venom, he's not getting away. But it's still going extremely well for Mineski overall on the laning stage. The main thing to point out is how bad of a time Darkseer is having. He's level 3 minutes 6, and the offlane Bristleback is level 6 on Mineski. That's such a big difference.
Oh boy, we got the X into the Shark with Moon's Shadow Rays. That is more than enough damage to take out the Dragon Knight.
Really high magic damage burst on this Dire lineup, together with Decrepify. They have some nice amplification synergy with, they have the minus armor from Goo together with Shadowfiend Aura. And then they have the minus magic resistance with Decrepify.
And then they have Hoof Stomp.
And then they have Hoof Stomp, which both deals damage and stuns.
Thank you.
Really good.
Well, HFN still only level 5 right now, so trying to get to that very important level 6 to be able to pressure the tower. Mushi doing the old X marks the spot trick. Back to base.
Easy refill on the bottle.
Easy, easy peasy. What do you think about the change to no bottle crowing?
I think it's...
How has it impacted the game in your, since you're a big mid laner?
Yeah, mid is my favorite lane. I love mid.
Hey, you started mid though,
Yeah,
Night Stalker mid back in the day?
That's back when mid lane was fun to play. It's been a couple
now
years.
Now you have to be good to play. Is that what you're saying?
Mid is not what it used to be, man. Mid is a tri-lane.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Oh, HFN. X marks a spot. Another shark coming in. It's going to connect. Do they have enough damage? Hookstomp is there with the double edge. It's a lot of magic damage, but...
Bit of a mess up there from Ninja Boogie. He'd have crepified a creep. So that's why HFN survived. That was a bit of a mistake. He was standing in the middle of the creep wave. It's not... It happens. Sometimes you just mess up.
All right, there's the dragon form popped. Relatively low HP, but not really expecting anybody to come in. Duster, though, level 3 on Spirit Breaker. Hoof's not being faked. The goo should slow him down enough. Nope. Good charge out, and the Spirit Breaker will live to see another day.
See, now you can't even make the case that it's a bad stun, because he didn't even use it, so you don't get to see it. That is definitely an argument.
I don't know where you're going with this, buddy.
A really bad argument. I was sure you could appreciate that. That's how you generally think.
I hate so much the Dragon Knight right now. A little bit of damage to Mushi, but not really much damage to the tower as of yet for this Dragon Knight in the first dragon form.
And you know who's being quiet all this time? Lycan is actually...
I literally forgot there was a Lycan.
We haven't even talked about him. He's been in the safe lane just farming. He's breaking even with the Bristleback with his 1-2-4 build. He has a Helm of the Dominator. This is a build that has been popularized lately as we miss a kill mid. Did we see? Oh, JJ, that's our observer. Ooh. Might as well have you do it, actually. Like, no difference. I told you earlier. It doesn't matter.
Poor JJ.
But Helm of the Dominator has been popularized lately on Lycan. You get Helm of the Dominator, and you have the Feral Impulse, so your creep is actually a lot stronger. And then you go into mostly Treads and Necronomicon, and then you hit this extreme timing where all of your Necronomicon units and your Helm of the Dominator creep have the haste of your ulti, they have the Feral Impulse, and you're just extremely powerful for like 10 minutes. And if you use that timing well, you get Roach, you get towers.
What happens after the 10 minutes, though, is the question.
Lycan has a tendency
Darkseer gets X'd after using Surge. He's decrepified right now. You have to think this is going to be an easy kill if he can get the Hoofstomp up with a nice stun. Charge coming through as well. There's the wall from Darkseer. Hoofstomp connects onto one. And there's the slow from the wall onto jabs, and he's going to walk away with that illusion. Meanwhile, in mid lane, looks like Moon trying to get out his Requiem of Souls. He does so. He's going to mitigate a little bit of damage from King RD, but he will drop nonetheless. The Death Requiem, not enough to get a kill for himself. X marks the spot in the top lane with the Breathe Fire, but he is completely surrounded. This should be enough for the kill with another couple right clicks, but charge again. Duster has been on point with this Spirit Breaker. It might cost him his life, but well worth it.
Damn, he did.
In fact, he's going to walk away. He's a big fat cow. He's good to go.
Yep. All right, so, well, Dragon Knight's first dragon form did not get him a tower, and he's currently level 6. He made that rotation to top, and they moved the Lycan into mid to kill Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend level 10, and Dragon Knight level 6 currently, so a big discrepancy between the two. Obviously, Kunkka, I guess, is the one we should compare him to. He's almost level 8. He was playing in Dragon mid.
He's going in deep. He's taking a lot of damage from that tier 1. Okay. HFN pops his ult.
Oh,
Ninja Boogie? Okay.
Yeah,
well, that Spirit Breaker is just dead. Fortification on Ninja Boogie on the run.
Love me some ghost cookies.
He's going to go down to the dot of HFN. Moon in the meantime, it's a 1v1 battle. He's going to miss the second raise. HFN keeping close, knowing that that's on cooldown right now. In the meantime, looks like Mushi chasing this poor Darkseer. The X connects, another right click will do the job. HFN in the meantime, double edge is there, and one last raise from Moon with that reinforcements coming in is enough.
That's such an awkward moment to play Dragon Knight in. You go in melee with the Shadow Fiend so he can't raise you, but you can't really get away. You stand in melee for as long as possible, the Centaur runs up and stuns you, and then you have to disengage and you get killed by the longer raises. They didn't really have any way out of that.
Look at Ice Ice Ice. Oh yeah, that must feel really good, taking out these stacks just by hitting W. Good clean hero. What's the build on? Are you just going to go tank this game like Vanguard? Is Hood necessary? There's a decent amount of magic, but not an exorbitant amount.
I think it's a really good Crimson Guard game. It's a very nice item against Lycan, especially when you go Helm of the Dominator. There's even an additional unit you can deal with the Crimson. I would like to see him go that. I think when you go Vanguard like this, you more often than not want to upgrade it. Like Vanguard itself is not that popular of an item. Most of the time we see it purchased, it is with the Crimson Guard in mind. We'll see what Ice Ice does. Like you said, I mean, it's not a bad pipe game either. I think, you know, it's decent against Dragon Knight, the Iron Shells, Jakiro. But more importantly, I think at this point you itemize against Lycan, because if you look at the flow of the game, King RD is the one hero that can win this game for paiN right now. Nobody else on the Radiant is having a good game, and he's level 11.
Oh, we're seeing the shenanigans come to play now. Dragon Tail comes out, so no Nether Blast for that tower. Trying to finish that bad boy off is Mineski. HFN defending with his life. How much damage done to the tier 1 mid for paiN here? Okay, half HP right now.
I think they want a Dragon Form connect here, ideally. Use the Lycan. He's very strong. He went Solar Crest actually on Lycan, so they can empower their Dragon Knight a lot more. Like
Alright, we're gonna have TP support here. HFN already popped the ult. X marks the spot into the Shark. Oh my god, that is so much damage with the Decrepify. And in comes Mushi with the right clicks. This should be more than enough as HFN is completely surrounded. Ice taking that kill. It's a 1-for-1 though. Pugna did fall. Looks like Ice is going to continue the pressure. Duster with the Nether Blast onto Mushi. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of that Ice Blast though. As Duster coming in with the charge, trying to mitigate as much damage as he can onto Tabo. Gets off his Surge and will live as a result of the sacrifice of that fat cow. Meanwhile, King RD, level 11, Shapeshift is no longer there, so Hookstop connects. Mushi not really dealing that much damage right now, but here comes Shadow Fiend with a double raise. And that's a 3-for-1, I believe.
It makes you wonder how that fight would have gone for paiN if they were all in position when they started that siege. I feel like Dragon Knight jumped the gun a bit on just running in with Dragon Form, and they just immediately went on him. His team wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
Lycan had to come in from the side, the Darkseer wasn't in position. And I like the play from paiN. I just think they need to be a little bit more crisp with their team execution, and Mineski are just playing fast.
Tabo is just killing himself with his Nether Ward right now. Another raise should do the job of the right click. In fact, there'll be 2 raises on top of that. Moon really on target this game. Duster. He's in the trees. They know he's there. Oh, is he going to take this? Okay, if that was me, I would have taken that.
You would have taken the cloak?
Sure.
Yeah, I would have taken the cloak
too. Maybe he thought it was an Iron Branch. He didn't have enough time to click it.
It's like, how much do you value your life? It's an 1100 gold swing. I mean, technically not. You can't use the cloak, right? So it's 550.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's worth. If he had another chance, he would have done it for sure.
Well, we've got a really, really big gold lead for Mineski again, just like in Game 1. And I feel in a way we have the same thing that needs to come from this paiN Gaming lineup. They need to play more as a team, play faster together. Whereas Mineski, you can just tell that they're more confident in their moves. They're just playing quicker, they're playing off each other, going with the right amount of heroes into place, playing fast. And just securing these kills essentially by using X-Mark. It's been the primary ability of the game for them so far. This Mushi mid Kunkka has had a very high impact.
Oh boy. Moon
Jabs
is invisible
is
right now.
Dead.
King RD. Oh, looks like bottom lane we're going to find a kill though. Centaur does die. But Moon with the Record of Souls is going to do a lot of damage. It's half HP. King RD trying to get away, but the double raise again from Moon, aka Nana. He absolutely destroys the position 1 Lycan for paiN.
It hurts twice as bad on Lycan to die when you use your ulti as well.
Yeah,
it won't happen when he comes back.
Well, X-Marks into the Ghost Ship again. This Dragon Knight is being controlled left, right, and center. Attempting to TP out. It's going to be close.
Oh,
he gets out just in the nick of time. But the interesting thing about this paiN Gaming lineup, we talked about yesterday as well. It's a similar lineup with Jakiro, Dragon Knight, and taking down towers. They only have 1 right now in the top lane.
Yeah,
and in the meantime, you have Lycan and Dragon Knight, both kind of transformation heroes. That's a big timing window for Mineski just in general to work around.
Absolutely.
And we've seen a lot of these ults being used to no effect.
Yes, you have to use the Dragon Form to deal structural damage. You have to come together as a team and use it, or if you pick Jakiro, you technically could just use Jakiro to do it and not pick Dragon Knight, but they did choose to go for the Dragon Knight, and I feel like it's kind of not really had that high of an impact this game. I know HFN plays a lot of the very individualistic, strong mid laners, so I think Lina was definitely on the table, but I think he didn't want to play it because of the Pugna alone. Nether Ward is obviously super annoying to deal with, but looking at the big picture, I think Lina would have won this lane against Kunkka, for example, and maybe been able to take this tower that they haven't done yet. They still have the other solutions, so anyway, that's in the past. They need to make the Dragon Knight that they have work right now, and he is moving up toward top, so I'd like to see the rest of them connect with him somehow, either with the smoke or just movement, and then play on him with the Lycan.
More than envy, I'm just surprised that the Darkseer has very little farm at this point.
Yes.
Obviously the X is a huge counter to the hero. I think we've only seen him get initiated on once or twice at the most.
1, 2,
Speaking
3.
Of him, yep. He went for the spell amp talent onto Shadow Fiend as well at level 10, along with the 40 move speed, so...
Pretty standard stuff.
Are we going to be seeing any... So he did go Shadow Blade, obviously we've seen it a couple times now. He's actually going straight Silver Edge, it seems. Oh, okay, Dragon Knight. That makes sense. We talked about this already. So at level 20, if he ever gets there, you're not taking that... I think you just don't take that talent, right? If somebody has the Silver Edge?
On
you actually,
Dragon Knight?
yeah. Like, let's say you really want to go it, but they have a silver edge. You just don't pick it, right?
It's like, it's debatable. It depends what you itemize, right? You have a BKB, you can do something about it. I don't know, I feel like it's just it's such a strong talent regardless. Oh, mid lane, they're gonna charge. They're using Lycan ulti as well. They need to get this kill. They've committed so much.
It's not a whole lot of damage. A Stampede is popping. They're just turning the tables now. HFN is here as well. In fact, ISIS is just completely surrounded, but he's feeling very healthy for the time being. Here comes the boat. It's gonna mitigate a lot of damage for ISIS as well. Gets charged again. Still living through this engagement with that Vanguard hood. And there's the Shadow Fiend with a huge Requiem of Souls. HFN gets X back into place, and it looks like that last raise will finish him off. It's a 2-for-0. All of that expended on Ice, and he still somehow lives.
Most of the time you don't want to go on Bristle deck like that unless you have specific counters, and they don't really have very good counters to Bristle. They have the Solar Crest of King RD, which they use, but it just wasn't enough, and it just goes to show how far Mineski really are ahead on gold. Like I was saying, when you use this much in the Bristleback, you better get something out of it. I don't think they should have gone on him in the first place, but when you're committed, and then you try to get that kill. But Ice kited them around pretty nicely there, made sure to turn his back effectively, used his hood, and they couldn't take him down. And they had multiple kills from Mineski, plus a tier 2. I would imagine they have Ice on Roshan very soon with, what level is Goo? It's level 3 Nasal Goo. It's pretty good against Roche. Shadow Fiend Aura. Shouldn't be too difficult. And of course, a big factor in that fight that we didn't really talk about much in this game at all, Stampede. I feel like hasn't really been used all game, but in that fight, good for getting ISIS out of trouble.
X-Boat again, half HP. There's the, okay, Moon's just gonna come in, right click, casual, Shadow Blade, no big deal. Easy kill again. 13k lead for Mineski at 18 minutes. This feels even more of a lead than last game, I believe.
Yes, I think so. And it really...
And the problem with this is Dragon Knight in general is just hard to come back on this hero if you get a rough start. How does Lycan fare in situations like this, generally speaking? Depends on how other lanes are doing. You can still come back, or...
Yeah, it's like... Lycan is a strange hero in that way, because you transform and you use all your stuff and you're strong relative to the game state. That's why when Lycan is ahead, he feels like a monster sometimes, and when Lycan is behind, he can be on par by using all his stuff. But generally when I play from ahead, but the problem is he has no one to turn to in this game, right? There's nobody else that's gonna carry Lycan out of this trouble. Dragon Knight is very underfarmed. Darkseer just got a 20-minute mech Mana Boots, which is very low farm for that hero. The supports are essentially 2 position 5s this game. Both Spirit Breaker and Jakiro have no items. There's just nobody that can really bring this together, except they have to set up Lycan to kill heroes. And I'm afraid, again, similar to last game, the window of opportunity is just closing, or has closed already. There was this time earlier in this game, King RD's level 11, he has Solar Crest and a Helm of the Dominator. That's when you have to take a fight around the Roche Pit, or get multiple Iron Shields running and just run at them and take a fight. But they lost, the moment they lost that Dragon Knight in front of the tier 1 tower mid, I felt like they lost so much momentum. That was their time that they should have got a good fight, and they just got shut down really hard.
And Mineski with the smoke gank attempt right now. Don't think they're going to catch anybody right now. Of course, we're talking about how far behind paiN Gaming are, but one spell on their team benefits from that. That is the wall. The stronger your enemy, the stronger your spell, in theory.
Well, you don't need to be behind, though.
I know. I'm really trying here, buddy.
Yeah.
Another issue is Tavo is just so underfarmed. He's still going for these tanky items that you typically see done at this point of the game, I would say, in normal. I mean, he really needs a blink deck. He needs some way to initiate to be able to get these vac walls off.
I think he has to go blink. I don't think this hood or pipe is
Oh my god. Okay, the Requiem comes out. Not that much damage, actually.
Stampede.
Does mitigate a lot, though. Yep, Stampede putting him in a pretty good position. Nether Strike coming out. Looks like Jabs will take the brunt of that damage. But here comes the Shark. 2 dead right off the bat for paiN Gaming, and Centaur somehow lives through this engagement. And Pata looks to be next on the list, as that is going to be 3 dead in the blink of an eye for paiN Gaming, and this should be a free Roche, if not more.
They could go down mid if they wanted to. Shadow Fiend is very healthy, and they have Pugna as well. HFN is X-marked. He's going to get torrented, standing still.
Yep.
Eating a treat.
Yeah, we've seen this time and time again.
Jabs is taunting.
Who gets the kill? Let's make some bets. It's going to be... Okay, I wasn't going to say Machine.
I feel like this game hasn't been the best case for you about Centaur stun being pretty bad. Jabs has been landing some really good stuns this game. Maybe it's the player, not the stun, Shannon. Maybe Jabs is just really good.
You still haven't given me a stun that's worse as the main skill.
Mana Void.
Shut your mouth. There's going to be a free racks here from Mineski. As remember, this is the best of 3. This is game 2, so single elimination for the playoffs. So if paiN Gaming do indeed lose this game, they are out of the tournament. They will be the first to go home. In fact, There will be 3 going home today.
And as we should remember, just based on this matchup as well, Mineski were, of course, top of their group.
Right.
Clearly showing themselves to be one of the favorites to winning this whole thing. They were very strong in their group, showing against both VG Gaming and Secret. And they're making pretty quick work of paiN Gaming in these 2 games so far. Have just looked completely on another level. So looking forward, unless paiN Gaming somehow managed to pull an incredible, miraculous comeback in this game, you've got to think about the later matchup that Mineski would be playing would be against the winners of EG and Secret.
Yeah, that's quite the matchup.
They're obviously watching this match, and I wonder if they're learning anything about Mineski. There's like some patterns that are showing in their drafting or laning.
Oh, Blink Dagger used by HFN, but he's going to get surrounded again. BKB popped by Moon. Raises will connect. 2 out of 3, in fact. Decrepify comes out. And Dragon Knight is just in the middle of hell, it seems. Already popped his ult, of course, so even if he had buyback, wouldn't be able much.
Great stun with the awful Centaur stun.
I mean, they're 23.
So bad stun.
23k lead, Cinder. Come on, buddy. Let's be real here.
He's had good stuns all game.
That's true.
Let's be real.
He has played well.
Imagine in all of the... Okay, let me tell you. In every move he made with Hoof Stun,
yes.
If that was Mana Void, it would have had way less impact.
If they don't have any mana, maybe not. He could just get the kill straight up by himself.
I mean, who do you Mana Void this game? Darkseer is like the only hero that has any substantial mana pool.
Jakiro, kind of.
Sure.
Now
Okay.
Moon and company going to be taking out this.
Imagine every move he made that he had the relative same level of stun at the time. So he had level 1 Centaur stun. If he had level 1 Earth Spirit stun instead, he would have made no kills with it.
We're not talking about level 1. Stop getting back off track here. No one's interested in level 1 stuns. Nobody brought it up. You literally just made that up and tried to go with your argument that way.
HFN, sentry's down. He's standing still currently. Pondering.
Please cast them standing still.
King RD running at Bristle. They're trying to deal damage. Not going too well.
Yeah.
They've done about 50.
Yeah, this is rough.
Out of 2,000. So just got to keep going for 40 seconds. They'll get him.
Eventually, I mean, at this point, paiN just has to reside in their fountain, I believe. There's no way they can come out without dropping to the deck.
I think at this point, outside of some sort of tech issue, their chances of winning this game are coming to an end. Requiem of Soul Celebratory from Moon.
GG's come out. Mineski. So with this win, they become top 4, so they're already getting DPC points. Or that's actually a...
That is correct.
I shouldn't say DPC. Or points is already in there. It's DPC. DCP? Dota Circuit points? DCP.
Dota isn't it? Dota Pro Circuit points.
It sounds